Hello, everyone. I am so excited that you're joining me today. Welcome to the Detox Secrets. These are 3 steps to your most successful detox yet. My name is Danielle. I'm the owner of Blissful Life, and I'm so happy that you could join me today. Before we get started, I always have to go through all of the legal stuff, and that is that this information is being provided for you for educational and informational purposes only. This information is to be used at your own risk, on your own judgment. So always, if you suspect that you have a medical problem, I urge you to take appropriate action by seeking medical attention. Again, none of this information is intended to treat or cure any specific illness or to replace the guidance provided by your own medical team. Alrighty, so if you've been to one of my workshops, you know I always like to start with some bullet points, some intentions, what I want you to leave for the day. And the first thing we're going to talk about is why detoxification is so important. You're going to know if you really do need a detox and how to do it. You'll also know how often you should be detoxing. I'm going to go over my detox secrets, which are basically through the mistakes that I've made through detoxing through my years. And we're going to talk about including more whole food into your diet. Alrighty, so a little bit about me. If you don't know me, I am Danielle. I'm a functional health coach specializing in environmental toxins. And as an expert and educator, I empower my clients to take action when it comes to reducing toxins where it matters the most, and that's in their homes. Practical avoidance without overwhelm. I am also a certified aromatherapist and Urban Zen Integrative Therapist. I am Nutritious Life Certified. I'm also a certified Oola Life Coach and a serial entrepreneur. But before we jump into the topic of detoxification, I just want to share this with you. That more and more doctors are recommending whole food diets as a way to promote better health. And I'm going to tell you how this detox is actually going to kick you off on eating whole food more often. Alrighty, so I always like to have an active chat room. I would love to know in the share, have you done a detox and did you find it beneficial? All right, so many of you have told me that you are super excited to learn about how you can have a really effective detox. And of course, I'm really looking forward to sharing this information with you. And I especially want to share it with those of you who have never detoxed before. If you're like me, you've tried even if you are like me and you've tried a whole bunch of different detoxes, maybe you've just never found the right one for you. So in terms of shedding those extra layers, I'm not sure about you, but I'm certainly ready to get rid of the heaviness of the fall and the winter and welcome the spring with a lighter, cleaner, fresher feeling inside. So if you're feeling the same way, you are definitely in the right spot. So I used to be one of those people who just hated detoxes, but now they're my favorite. And why do you ask? Well, it's because there is no real food that is off limits during these periods. And I do mean real food, which can sometimes actually include smoothie options or even sweet treat snacks. Now, I'm going to tell you these sweet treat snacks do not include artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners, or sugars in the regard of like cane sugar. Unlike other detoxes that make you feel anxious, stressed, and deprived of your favorite foods, I promise you that this one is gentle on the body with no harsh effects. It doesn't take an expert to recognize that there is no one-size-fits-all detox, and that you just need a program that works for you and your body, for you and your lifestyle. So let's talk a minute about why detoxing is so important in the first place. And this is, again, kind of my area, my expertise, right? Detoxification is a normal part of your body's daily process. Just like your heart beating, your lungs breathing, and your stomach breaking down your foods, your body is also working on removing toxins, pollutants, chemicals, and waste from your body every single day. The primary ways that your body does this is through your liver, your lungs, your skin, and your kidneys. And again, I have had a massive bad detoxification through the skin, and it was because I was doing the wrong detox. And I'll get to that here in a few minutes. Now, you might be wondering about what this means for you. Well, the unfortunate truth is that we live in an extremely toxic world. We're exposed to harmful toxins on a daily basis, whether it's through the water we drink or even the water that we use in our shower. It could be the electronics we use, like our computers and our cell phones, that are actually off-gassing chemicals. Many of us are worried about Wi-Fi, and I'm like, what about the chemicals? Even the chemicals and toxins that are present in items around our home. Again, I have a whole other detox program just for your home. So there are tons of toxins. Again, that's why we have to make sure that we're reducing them where we can be most effective. Obviously, we are also consuming toxins through the food we eat and what we drink, and even the products that we're slathering over on our bodies. But here's the thing. Just because we're exposed to toxins on a consistent basis, our bodies can get overwhelmed. Our bodies were not built for this world that we live in. When our bodies get overwhelmed, those toxic chemicals no longer get flushed out and instead reside in our body tissue. All right, so I'm going to keep this as PG as possible. Our bodies try to protect us from dangerous substances by setting it aside. It then surrounds it by mucus and fat so that it will not cause an imbalance or trigger an immune response. Thus, that's that dreaded belly fat, right? It's actually a good thing because it can actually explain why we feel so sluggish, or that feeling like we just can't lose that stubborn belly fat weight, right? So this is the reason why. A detox can actually help you get rid of these hitchhiking toxins because it allows your body to have a break from ingesting new chemicals and toxins. During that break, your body can mobilize existing toxic substances and then dump them into the bloodstream so they can be expelled. Now, if we don't take the time to help our systems clean out, we know that we'll continue to be tired all the time, have that belly bloat, experience crazy food cravings. I know I've had them. This is that when you want carbs, right? You may have that 3 p.m. crash. You may have inconsistent digestion. Our weight will keep creeping up. And I promise you that if you're not detoxing, you may still have a closet full of 2 or 3 different sizes of clothes. So if you're dealing with any of these symptoms, it's definitely time for you to schedule a detox. Now that we know why we might need to detox, I want to share my detox secrets so that you can have the most successful detox yet. And if this is your first detox, these secrets will also help you have a healthy and effective detox the very first time you try one. All right, so I'd love to know in the chat and share, have you tried detoxes before where you felt really super sick the whole time, or you just knew in your gut that something wasn't right? And I've had this detox again. So this is mistake number 1 that I've made. And so it's my secret, right? And I'm actually sharing this secret from one of my mentors, and that is keep your eyes on your own paper. So do you remember back in grade school when one of the biggest rules was to do your own homework? Don't be looking at the test beside you. as we grow up, we lose these lessons somewhere along the way. And as you've heard from my personal story about detoxing, which again was because I went to an extreme detox and caused some major issues in my body, I was not immune to this either. So focusing on what other people are doing to detox or forcing yourself to do a detox that simply is not right for you is not the answer. And it can be downright dangerous. And I have had so many people that just ask me about detoxes all the time. And I'm like, have you talked to your medical professional? I can't give you an opinion without, knowing some background. Like, you just, again, I have seen so many of these detoxes go wrong, including one of my own. And again, I'm going to share even more of that with you here in a few minutes. But if you're new to detoxing, I know this is a lot of people. If you're new to detoxing, you might think that you have to do something really extreme to get results, but that's not true. And actually doing an extreme detox can actually make things worse because it can throw your body into a state of shock. The reality is that your body doesn't care whether you fit into your skinny jeans. Only you do, not your body. Your body is focused on one thing, and that's to keep you alive. When you jump into an extreme detox without preparation or previous experience, your body experiences that detox actually as a crisis. And when your body goes into crisis mode, the last thing it wants to do is create extra work for itself. So instead of your body focusing on preserving energy, it actually starts slowing down your metabolism by burning fewer calories and less fat to protect you and to keep you alive. So really, this is the exact opposite of what you want to have happen with a detox, right? You don't want to slow it down. You want to burn it quicker. So what do you do instead, right? Biggest thing ever, trust your instinct, trust your gut, trust your body. Although detoxing isn't always comfortable, and I'm the first to say that it's not always comfortable, but most of us can tell the difference between experience some discomfort and something going very, very wrong. So if you've tried detoxes before where you felt super sick the entire time, or you just knew in your gut that something wasn't right, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's okay to say no thanks to a detox that doesn't sit right with you. And that's including the one that I'm offering. There should be a 100% guarantee that you're happy with the program. All right. So our bodies are all different. I want to remind you of that. And what we might need is definitely different from what our best friend might need, our neighbor may need, or our spouse. So if you haven't detoxed before, or if you're struggling to find a detox that is right for you, I encourage you to try a detox that's built around adding lots of detoxifying foods to your diet rather than restricting and depriving your body of food. These kind of detoxes are just as effective and can actually be better for you because you'll stick to the whole program instead of giving up halfway through. Even better, your body won't go into crisis mode. And again, this is always what I'm all about, is let's look at whole food versus depriving yourself. Now, secret number 2, doing the right kind of detox for the season you're in. And again, I'm going to tell you, I have experienced this one, and you're going to hear the story here in just a minute. But have you ever noticed how everyone tends to think they can make this huge lifestyle change on January 1? After weeks or months of overindulging, right? We're just about to do that. We're have Valentine's Day stacked on top of Super Bowl weekend. All right. So why do we think that we can suddenly make a drastic switch during the darkest and coldest time of the year for most of us? I know many people are determined to drop the weight they've gained over the holidays, but doing an extreme diet can set you up for disaster for the rest of the year. The problem with doing something like an all juice cleanse in the winter is that your body is aware that it's winter. If you live in the northern hemisphere, you know what I'm saying. On a cellular level, our body's primary purpose is to keep you healthy and strong enough to make it to the next day. So in the winter, the body's goal is to keep you safe and warm. When you deprive your body of sufficient calories, fats, protein in the winter, it's in winter survival mode. All right. So your body will misread what's happening by doing all of this juice, right? Your body will misread what's happening and assume that you're starving. So when your system is in starvation mode, your body does everything it can to hang on to every last calorie and keep you from dying. So what does that mean? That means when you're on a juice cleanse in the cold and dark winter months, your body slows down your metabolism and does everything it can to keep you alive. But, and this is the scary part, when you start eating real food again, it takes a while for the body to realize that you're no longer starving. And that means it continues to hoard those calories and keep metabolic burn at a low rate until your body feels safe enough again to come out of that starvation mode. So not only do you cause a problem for your system while detoxing, because if you're doing the wrong kind of detox for the season you're in, but you may also create a metabolic problem for weeks after. So what do you do instead, right? Green juices and smoothies are a really powerful tool when it comes to detoxing, but they are best used in the spring and summer detoxes. So when you're looking at the right detox for you, make sure to look one that understands the role of the seasons, the role the seasons play in developing a detox that will be best for that time of year. I've discovered that for myself and my detox clients, that doing an extreme detox once a year also is not particularly effective. In fact, I found that what usually happens is, despite the best of intentions, many people start these detoxes and then cheat through most of them or give up halfway through. I'd rather have you dedicate 5 high quality days to yourself and to detoxing your body a few times a year and really sticking to it, rather than having you do a 21-day juice cleanse where you are probably just miserable and suffering and you end up eating a grilled cheese sandwich halfway through because you're so freaking hungry. All right. And actually, this is a really good time for me to share how you can go deeper with this before we go into my third mistake, my third secret that most people make when detoxing. So just these 2 reasons are why I include a 5-day detox program I actually include 4 5-day detox programs in my coaching practice. These seasonal group detoxes are really perfect for beginners who've never detoxed and for people who've noticed they have a hard time sticking to more extreme detoxes or cleanses. If that sounds like you, you're definitely in the right place. And I will be sharing with you how you can join me for my 5-day detox in just a few minutes. But there are many things that make my 5-day detox so successful. And I'd like to run through a few of them before we get back to that mistake. So first off, my detoxes are highly supportive. You won't ever feel like you're alone, and you'll never be left wondering what you should be doing. The protocols I've created are doable and reasonable, and you can even do this detox while you're working. You don't have to take a week off. And again, I am so highly supportive because I have had a bad detox with a physician who left me high and dry for a few weeks before we really discovered where the detox went wrong. All right, so It used to really drive me nuts when I'd sign up for a detox, only to realize that I had to do a ton of work to figure out what I was supposed to eat. I've taken the work out of the detox by creating a 5-day meal plan and a recipe book that will tell you exactly what to eat and when to eat it. And if you don't like my recipe plan, it's fine, because I actually have other recipes in there that you can swap out. I have sweet treats, I have smoothies. So you will find that many of these recipes are so delicious that you'll want to eat them even after the detox ends. So you're going to get a guaranteed recipe book. And because you don't want to feel deprived or like you're suffering, again, I have included yummy recipes for snacks and sweet treats. So no matter what kind of craving you've experienced, you will be covered. And again, you'll be eating whole food this entire time. I've even written the shopping list for you. So you'll be able to sign up, get your materials, and you will be good to go. I also will be giving a live training call on exactly what to expect from the detox and how to set your best set, how you can best set yourself up for success. So my detoxers always love these training calls because I don't hold back. I will share as much information as I can to ensure that you have a really effective and powerful detox. This is also a great time for you to ask your detox questions, because I leave about 30 minutes at the end of the detox training call to make sure you have all the information you need. I've built options into the program so you can make the detox work for you. So there are optional steps that you can take to deepen your detox, but simply by just eating the foods I recommend. And again, they are seasonal. They are based on what you will find during that season, because I am so much into seasonal eating. And that's exactly what these recipes are about. And again, exactly what Mama Earth provides us to get us through those winter months, those summer months, et cetera, so forth. So again, there are optional steps that you can take to deepen your detox, but simply by eating the foods I recommend, you will be increasing your body's detox power. And a lot of people who've told me that they've taken my detoxes are actually, these recipes are actually really family friendly. And they've been able to follow the detox guidelines while still feeding their families the same food. Okay, there's no exotic food here, no spices you have to order, no supplement plans, no mixes, no nothing. All right, everything you can get at your grocery store. And I think that's a pretty good setup if you ask me. So if you sign up for one of my 5-day detoxes, and I have them 4 times a year, these are some of the past detoxes on the screen here. When you sign up for one of my 5-day detoxes, everything's been done for you. So you don't have to develop your own meal plan or even write your own shopping list. I really, really want to make this as simple for you as possible. And again, this is why I've been doing this since 2020. All right. You'll get your hands on, so you'll get hands-on support from me and your fellow detoxers during the group detox, because everything is in the platform. We no longer do it on Facebook because we have a platform that you can chat with other detoxers. And if you really can join us for this week, then I encourage you to do so. So just take a look at your calendar. All right. So again, I would love to hear in the share, in the chat, do you think it's time to detox? So if you're wondering whether the time is right for you to do a detox, I encourage you to really consider why now is not the right time. Is it really worth it for you to continue to feel tired or bloated? Do you know that something needs to change for you to be able to be at your best? One thing I know to be true is that you want things to be different because you're here. You have to do things differently, right? The beauty of this detox is the amount of change that can occur in just 5 days. I've had detox clients lose anywhere between 2 to 13 pounds in 5 days. And again, I'm not promising any weight loss, but I've also had many report having tons more energy, feeling clearer in their thinking, so no more brain fog, and experience more calm and peace. They've slept better than they have in years. So now really is the time to invest in yourself. Just imagine how life would be differently if you felt really great. What could it accomplish? What would change for you? So if you had one of those New Year's goals that you're going to eat right, exercise properly, you're going to get more sleep, this is a great place to kick off. And if you've already been there, done that, I've already lost a year. No, the best time to start is right now. Right now. All right. And if you know that time is now, I invite you to head over to my detox website. So, another thing that many people get wrong when detoxing, and this is an extra bonus. This is an extra bonus mistake that I'm going to share with you. It's really not thinking about how to transition out of the detox. And in fact, you can see by just the stories that I've shared at the beginning that even I have made this mistake, right? That extreme detox and then letting my body down after the fact. So I want to remind everyone, if your first meal after the detox is a beer, a burger, and fries to celebrate your success, I hate to break it to you, but you pretty much undid all the good work that you had done during your detox. This is why the transitioning out of the detox is really important to me and something that I always share with my detoxers. But as a special bonus, I've actually put together a Make It Last Post-Detox handbook just for you that details the exact strategies I use to make my post-detox glow last as long as possible. And again, this is setting you up for better eating throughout the entire year. You'll get the Make It Last handbook when you sign up for my 5 detox by midnight on Thursday. A lot of my clients understand that transitioning back into the real world post-detox is often the toughest part because they feel so great and don't want to take a step backward. I've created an action plan for you, which will get you, I've created an action plan for you, which you'll get as part of the Make It Last handbook when you register for the 5-day detox by Thursday at midnight. And that is my gift to you. There's no extra investment on that. All right, so thank you so much for letting me take that intermission. Now I want to briefly recap the mistakes before going on to number 3 and my secret number 3, which is basically my detox mistake number 3. So detox mistake number 1, not keeping your eyes on your own paper. I love this. Detox mistake number 2 is doing the wrong kind of detox in the wrong season. You can see why this is so important, right? Now, secret number 3, and that is approach your detox as a chance to reset your eating habits and a way to celebrate your body, not as a punishment or something that has made you suffer, right? Okay. So if you created that huge list of all the things you need to do to make health a goal, your health goal a reality, I want you to take these 5 days just to focus on one. Yep, it is not, I used to look at detoxes as something that I needed to suffer through in order to be a high quality health coach, right? And as you've heard from my stories, I really did suffer. I really did make mistakes. But I've realized that in order to have a successful detox, there's a better approach. Instead of looking at a detox as a punishment, what if you looked at the experience as an opportunity for you to provide some high quality self-care for yourself? And I'm imagining that I'm pretty much talking to women, because women often get so caught up in taking care of others that our own self-care falls to the wayside. And here's the problem with that. When you don't take care of yourself, you eventually run out of energy. And that you run out of energy to take care of everyone else too, not just yourself. As I've often said to my clients and in my speaking engagements, you simply cannot pour from an empty pitcher. What that means is when you're given all you have to give, that's not the time for you to dig deeper to find that last little bit of reserves that you have. Instead, when you are running on empty, that's when it's time for you to switch gears and give some attention to yourself, to your body, to your mind. So, what do you do instead? So, use detoxes as a time for you to recharge and renew your body, your mind, and your soul. My detox clients have shared with me that they experience transformations in their own life that revolve around more than just food. In fact, many of my detox clients choose to participate in a detox with me every single quarter because they know that that week is a time of focus on themselves and to help them get healthier. And it also helps them to gain that, to get clarity on how to feel more balanced in their lives. All right, so chat and share time again. I want to know, is changing your eating habits a goal? So the really cool thing about allowing yourself to look at a detox as a way of filling your empty pitcher is that when you've been renewed and rejuvenated, your capacity to show up for yourself and others actually grows exponentially. When you feel great and look great and have an outrageous amount of energy, as my 5-day detox clients tell me when they're done doing their detox, they're able to live a higher quality life. Now, I want to ask you, isn't that worth dedicating 5 days to? All right, it is Q&A time. So while I'm waiting for those to queue up, I'll go ahead and answer a few questions that that were actually emailed to me in advance from the people that can't join us today. All right, so what can I expect? People have different detox experiences, and they have different experiences each time they detox. So again, I have lots of repeat detoxers. In general, you can expect to learn about your eating habits. You'll likely, again, because you're really in tune to what you're eating, you'll likely feel better. You'll likely look better, probably sleep better. And many people lose weight on my 5-day detox. The reality is that a 5-day detox is it's not here to fix everything, but it is part of the whole process and is extremely valuable. So if you find that you feel better after 5 days, just imagine what it would be like after 10 days or a month or a year. My clients actually feel better for the long term after working with me, and we focus on what you can eat much more than what you shouldn't be eating. All right, so I've had this question a million times. I am super busy, and can I realistically do this? All right, I realistically do this all the time. Okay, and people are like, I don't understand how you get so much done. Well, first off, I have so much energy, right? So I'm super busy. Can I realistically do this? And the answer is 100% yes. I have had people, again, I've heard of people actually taking 2 weeks off to do cleanses. And I'm like, really? You really don't have to do that, because if you can set yourself up for success, it becomes very easy. So I am going to tell you that yes, you are going to have to carve out some time to prepare. but I give you a handbook for that. And again, I'm not going to promise this is just going to be a miracle solution for all of your health problems, right? I'm not going to promise you that there's no work involved. However, I want to tell you that I have made it as simple as possible. I provide you with real foods, real food, whole foods that your family will likely eat with you. I've created a meal plan, a very clear daily protocol, so you know what to do and when to do it and when to eat, et cetera, so forth. So I've also created what many people call the best part, which is the done for you shopping list. This allows you to print it off and head to the grocery store and get whatever you need. Now, if you're one of those ship people, again, you can just order it on your app. But what I recommend you do to save even more money is just go to your pantry and see what's in there, cross it off the list, and then do your shopping, because we do a whole pantry clean out and we do meal planning and all that kind of stuff. So again, one of my little tips, always check what you have in the cupboards first, right? That was actually what we were preparing for our spring detox in 2020, and we ended up switching it to a quarantine kitchen 5-day detox because we were all eating out of our pantries. All right, so I've also broken out this detox so that you can detox at the level that's right for you. So there is, again, in the handbook, if cutting out certain foods like sugar or alcohol are a serious stretch for you, caffeine, I've broken it down. That's where we're going to start. That's where we're going to start with you. But if you want to go deeper, you can use the optional supplement regimen to boost your body's detox. But again, these are not things that I sell to you. I don't tell you to go buy this smoothie mix, et cetera, so forth. This is all about the information, not about things to buy. I have someone who asks me this every season, and that is, I'm breastfeeding, can I do this? And the short answer is yes, with a few modifications. My daughter is now having another child. She will be breastfeeding soon. I do want to remind you that if you are breastfeeding, you most likely don't want to go with that deeper supplement regimen or any of the herbal additions that I may have in the program, some of the herbal teas, et cetera, so forth. That you really need to consult your physician, your medical provider with, because again, these are things that you want to be in touch with them. I'm pretty 99% sure if you show them the recipe guide, they are not going to object to anything in that. But again, the supplements and the herbal detox, the herbal teas, et cetera, so forth, those may be off the plate for you. But I also want to remind everyone to stay in close contact with me throughout the program. You're going to have my number to text. I do ask that you don't text before 9 or after 9 because I will hear it. I do need to keep a phone close to me because I do have older parents. And I do have kids with babies. So, but I do want you to stay in contact with me. So I do make myself available for my detox clients through text or through email. Just, I may not answer you right away. But getting back to the breastfeeding, there's really no reason why someone who's pregnant or breastfeeding can't do the program, because again, we're eating whole foods. We're not doing anything crazy here. In fact, I think you'll actually be pleasantly surprised by the surge of energy you get from this detox as your body starts building up and a store of really high quality nutrients. So again, I can't see the downside for this. And if there is any doubt for anyone, whether the recipes, the plan, et cetera, so forth are right for you, then you do need to be consulting a nutritionist, a dietitian, any other medical provider that you're working with. This is ran as a group program, so everyone gets the exact same information. It's up to you to make any modifications or changes and your medical team. Alrighty, so I think that's it. And again, that's a wrap on our time. I'm always honored if you've spent all this time with me. You've spent the last 45 minutes with me. I've had a lot of fun sharing and answering your questions. I don't see any further questions in the chat. So I guess I've covered, well, actually, I've covered the one that someone had asked. So please feel free to email me if you want to find out more about the detox details, and head over to my website. You'll see that there's a ton of information there. Don't forget that we have those offers, those fast action bonuses, and I encourage everyone to sign up as soon as possible. The sky's the limit. I will take 3 people. I've had as many as 3 or as little as 3 people in my detox, and I've had up to 3 figures, 3 digits. So with that said, get yourself signed up. I know this is a great jump off point. It's a great reset point. I have my clients return every season, all seasons. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you so much.